Welcome everybody to SHOWstudio's live panel discussions. In these discussions, experts from all parts of the fashion industry discuss and debate the important Fashion Week shows of the season. Today is the end of Paris Couture, and we're discussing the last show of Jean Paul Gaultier. My name is Lyall Hakarai, and I've been a fashion designer for 30 years. I also run a queer club called Vogue Fabrics Dalston, and I'm also part of many people of colour activist groups. And to my left, I have George.
I'm George Saventi, and I'm a meme lord.
My name's Zooey Gleaves. I'm a broadcaster, DJ, and drag performer.
My name's Georgina Johnson, and I'm a cowgirl.
I'm Freegard. I take pictures.
I'm Jordan Wake. I'm a freelance fashion journalist, the junior editor for the Fashion Roundtable, and assistant to Hilary Alexander.
And so, obviously, last night was an amazing show of over 180 looks. I suppose I just want to start off with what all of your ideas are about, or what your recollections are of Jean Paul Gaultier over your lives. So we'll start with you, George.
Sure. So Jean Paul Gaultier, to me, it makes me think androgyny, Madonna, kitsch. He was kind of the only French punk coming up at the time of the Sex Pistols. In fact, in one of his first shows, I think he had the Sex Pistols playing a version of Frank Sinatra.
My Way.
Yeah, which is quite cool. I mean, without punk, I don't think Jean Paul Gaultier would have happened.
And are there any kind of personal sort of...
Yeah, I remember being a lot younger, and obviously the most exposure to fashion was probably perfume. So I remember the perfume bottles being quite iconic, and like the play on masculine and feminine shapes.
And was it something that you liked as well?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, I don't remember thinking much about it.
It was a fashion purchase.
It was just existed. I just remember it being there.
Okay, Zooey?
Yeah, I think that perfume advert of Le Mail with like the very tanned, bald sailor is, especially as a homosexual man, I found there was some resonance in that, and I found it quite striking. And because it was so prevalent, it was everywhere. You'd go to the airport, and there it would be with all the other perfumes. So I think, yes, definitely the fragrance had a kind of a long-standing thing, and I feel like from an early age I knew what his face looked like. I knew who Jean Paul Gaultier was. So clearly he's kind of, he's kind of crossed over into mainstream culture, not just mainstream fashion culture. And of course the stripes, and then later on, of course, even with kind of weird things like Eurotrash and how to do that, these like weird little projects that he'd kind of take on. So yeah, no, he's definitely, at the forefront of my mind.
At all times.
At all times.
Georgina?
I met him once when I was in my foundation. Yes. Me and my friend Bianca, shout out Bianca Saunders, we went to his talk that he did after the Barbican show, and he was so fab. I was like, you're an angel. Honestly, he was just so real and just honest and funny.
I remember it being a very positive talk.
And loud, and I was
great
like...
as well, yeah, and he was really bigging up London,
Yeah.
and the London fashion, and the London scene, and how much it inspired him.
It's just sometimes hard to go to like these talks and fashion-y stuff without feeling like there's a really pretentious person on the end of it, and he was just fun and really candid, and that was
I think even Susie Menkins cracked a smile at that one as well.
Yes!
It almost all fell off.
Did you see her she was sat at the end of the catwalk for this, like 1 centimetre away from the stage. Amanda Lear wearing nothing but knickers.
Harry?
Camp. Growing up loving him, literally so camp, so ridiculous, and just like the king of parody and subversion and twisting classic things, like little belt moments. And yeah, all of his old stuff is delicious to grow up on.
And then any other personal connections beyond
No,
that?
can't brag, sorry love.
We have a hater in our midst.
Exactly. A dissenter at this point. Let's see how far it gets.
Yeah, I mean, even before getting into fashion, you kind of knew who he was. I feel like he's just one of the he's a household name, and especially around kind of the conversations of the day on diversity and inclusivity and kind of gender barriers, he was pioneering that from the beginning. That wasn't something, now it's kind of a buzzword and kind of, lots of brands box ticking, and from him, he was pioneering it from the beginning. Absolutely a genius.
So shall we have a little quick look at the show? There are a lot of looks, and we've got the screen on the floor, so we all get some sort of neck ache from looking at this. Should we all get a little closer? Should we go from the beginning as well, so we can sort of start at the beginning and kind of go through? So, and the idea is just, if there's anything that we want to pick out,
I really wish they had the picture of the coffin that Issa Alien came out of.
Yeah.
Because it had the conical tits, which were literally like Katie Price's pink coffin that she designed.
Right.
So I think John is copying Katie Price here.
Of course. Okay, well, I think that's quite well established anyway,
Yeah.
so that's fine. So is there any of these sorts of looks that you want to
I
talk
love
about?
the reference with here. I think it was like 2003, I think, when Naomi came out in that.
In the pink jacket?
Yeah, it was like something jackets, that collection.
Yeah.
Glovey skirts were funny. I don't know if we needed 3 of them.
The glovey skirt. Well, that's stocking skirts as well. But it's it reminds me a bit of you, Harry, as well, with like putting things over your body as well.
Putting them on so they don't fit.
And then obviously the ties are things that he's featured several times in dresses and corsets as well, and catsuits here.
Yeah, the show was definitely a roundup of all of his highlights, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was kind of like a best of.
Yeah.
Yeah, omnibus.
A 2.5 hour omnibus.
Because that's the thing, is the show was incredibly long as well, with everything as well. Anything else catching anybody's eye? What do we think about all the belts? Dita Von Teese?
The belts are
a bit of
good.
data.
The belts are good, but like, when you cut a belt like that, and it's just, I don't know if it's flattering. I mean,
Yeah,
she
it's
looks
too
stunning,
sharp.
she looks good and everything, but when it's on the hip like that, from the back, it was especially, you could see it, but it just didn't fit the body right. Because
It doesn't look the most comfortable.
It's not contoured properly.
Yeah.
But,
So it wasn't a shaped belt, a couture-shaped belt.
She looks like she's almost just holding it. I don't know if it's just a picture and it looked different in
really
video,
stick
but
in
she's kind of
video.
like, I don't know, with the
Karen
movement.
Nelson,
And
that is Karen Nelson as well, isn't it? Karen, I feel like that's something that we were talking about beforehand in general, is that he's kind of got all of these icons, or these people who he's really associated with throughout the years to kind of walk this show. But it strikes me that those people specifically he has given no silhouette to. This is Karen who doesn't have a silhouette. Then
Well, there's
the
a long-standing feud, clearly. 17 years.
I mean, but also like Amanda Lear, like you're gonna like drag out Amanda Lear, who is like
put her in a
absolute
potato
legend,
sack.
and you're gonna put her in a red napkin.
But that is
Final couture show.
It's a
H&M
standard,
Christmas
that's a
jumper.
standard fashion thing as well. It's the most difficult you give to the personality.
Right,
So
suppose
that's
so.
because everybody's looking at the personality rather than the clothing, hopefully. And so then the more fashion stuff goes on the fashion scheme to the models.
like the muses kind of speak for themselves rather than the
Yes,
brands, yeah.
exactly.
Which I don't really agree with. I think put the muse in the gorgeous gown.
Put the model in the napkin because the model can pull it off.
And they're in every flipping show.
Right.
Exactly. Well, let's
This
write,
looks much
let's
better.
write a letter.
If we're talking about belts, I mean, I think this look was much more with the
Yeah,
tailoring.
that
and
is a lot more
The cock on the
flattering.
sleeve is cute, though. I like that. That was really
I like that
funny.
too.
And how about the English references, especially here with the Clockwork Orange and things like that as well, that was through the collection.
You were saying it's a bit like
Too many.
many looks.
Yeah, I think he had all these sections, but I feel like they dragged out a little bit long.
But can't we indulge him because it is his last show?
Right.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to indulge?
Has he had a Clockwork Orange moment before?
I think he's had
Yes.
several of these moments all the way through as well. I think
Okay.
this is, these are hits, basically, which have...
I like Gigi's look.
Yeah, it's amazing.
The pants are fab.
I wasn't mad keen on that.
You don't like the pants?
No, it's like a Primark, like, elasticated flare moment.
Yeah, I don't like
Leggings.
And
He's wearing
I don't like the
leggings.
panel at the front, but I like
For a nude illusion bodysuit.
pleating. And the shoes are, oh my God.
So what are the
yeah, I
shoes?
didn't
Are there
realise
any
she
details
had-
of these shoes? I keep on trying to work out what those heels
They've kind of
are.
got
with,
like 10
toes.
different heels on
Yeah,
them.
it's like 10 different heels. It's like a football boot studs, but they're all heels, basically.
Right, okay.
But
But
one
then
of them
like little
fell
weird
off.
toes.
Oh, okay, because
They were hard to walk in. The girls were like stumbling down the stairs.
Okay, I see. It's a football boot. Okay, I
Model's
see.
worst enemy.
Wait,
Okay.
these don't have a back heel, right?
I think they do. It's like just a million heels.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Ah.
But one fell off, so.
I mean, that was bound to happen. It's his last show. There's bound to be drama.
Well, with a lot of looks.
Like I was saying earlier, sorry, he was like, I was reading in Hamish's write-up that he said it was kind of, by the end, he kind of just threw it all in. he probably just thought, fuck it, this is my last show, I'm just going to throw everything
I mean,
in.
and then obviously with the denim as well, there was a whole sort of statement beforehand about sustainability and reusing clothes and his love of denim. And obviously denim was one of those first fabrics that he used and elevated to something else, from like workwear to something you'd want to wear in the office. As well, by sort of making it tailored, corseting it, making it into dresses, printing on it as well.
Bella looks good in this. I
Yeah.
love that dress. And the dress next to her
Naughty.
is fantastic.
You know what I did like as well? I did like some of the menswear too, like that one. Go if you scroll back up.
The trousers.
Yeah, the trousers with this little shirt. It's like it's
That's
so
so
camp
beautiful.
and like Les Mis sort
Yeah.
of.
Who are you like?
It's like that quintessential sort of like gayification that Jean Paul Gaultier does so well, of like taking something that would otherwise be so masculine and then just making it the gayest thing.
Needs a neck scarf.
Oh, it would benefit.
Little red neck
It would benefit
scarf.
immensely from
Little
it.
fluffy neck scarf.
But it's just, you know, it's those jeans are just like so,
Proportions are really good.
yeah, gorgeous.
They're really beautiful. They would look beautiful on anyone, I feel like.
But so much of the show, it was like there was so much suspense, and I felt like the next section, when it was the opening look of the next section, was slightly anticlimactic. When it'd be like everyone's waiting for the next look, and then it's
Which
a white,
this like black and
like
white
a white
stuff.
lacy
The
catsuit, and I'm like,
tuxedos
oh, okay.
Tuxedos, which of course are another signature look.
Erin looks
Gaultier
incredible
as well.
though,
Yeah, it's amazing.
but she looks good in anything.
But I suppose when it's a show like this, which is really supposed to be like we were talking about, like a best of, I suppose the whole sort of like self-indulgent factor.
I mean, absolutely.
You're not really supposed to be, I suppose in a way the idea of kind of waiting on a climax for the next thing, it's really supposed to be more of like a pageant, which just kind of glides from one section
But
to
the
the
thing is,
other.
it didn't glide. It was
It
very
didn't
stop
glide.
and started.
Yeah, you can
was
tell
it?
that.
Really? Because I've not seen the whole video.
And it was like you're waiting 5 minutes for this look to come down, it comes down, and then you're waiting for the next one. It was like,
Yeah. Also, who was in the audience? There were so many people. It
Yeah.
just seemed like it was too big, like low budget.
I thought the size of the stage kind of dwarfed the clothes. They got drowned. in it.
Yeah.
I think if it was a
But
smaller
that's-
runway, people
But you know,
wouldn't. I
Mugler
wouldn't
used to do
critique it
that
the
as
same
well, where there were like the shows were arena shows, and they lasted for 2 or 3 hours as well. So in the 90s, you'd be there like, oh
In
god.
this day and age with 5 minutes
Everybody
scrubs.
got
But that's the
time
whole
for
sort of thing. So this was almost harking back to those sort of shows.
I think
20,
it's
30 years
lovely,
ago.
but I just think the size of the stage was too big for the.
But that was the whole thing. They were like
Like Broadway
huge.
meets fashion. It was just, it wasn't a fashion show, it was this kind of theatre performance.
But isn't that what Gaultier is about? Because
Yeah,
obviously, you know,
absolutely,
he's on
absolutely.
his
For your final show, you
perfume,
need
so
to-
he's,
Yeah.
he's bigger than fashion, is he?
He is,
But do you know what I
absolutely.
mean? Because he has so many sort of attributes to his
Yeah.
brand as well that it just grows. And I mean, obviously, what happens next because he is promising.
I think this was a nod in the right direction, especially with the Freak show in Paris in 2018 and at South Bank last year. I think this was a definite nod where he will be going. You know, he said Jean Paul Gaultier will continue just with a new concept, and I think what we're witnessing is that concept. I think this was a nod in that direction.
Yeah.
Can we go to Rossi de Palma?
Rossi de Palma, I think we've missed Rossi. She was.
This was like Gladiator.
Rossi was in a cage.
I think
wasn't she?
just up a little bit more.
That way. Yeah, back down.
Here we are.
There's
Oh
Rossi.
my
The shoe
God.
is too
Great.
chunky on Rossi.
Rossi looks great.
She looks
For
incredible.
the look, the shoe is too chunky.
The shoe's too chunky, but I think she looks fantastic.
The hair is, oh my God.
I wish we got her in
Pierre Gilles
silhouette.
painting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like a walking
And
Pierre
she was
Gilles.
the one, all the models were coming down being boring, and then she came down giving it all, like moving, like dancing, like
She's been a muse.
loving it.
She's been a muse and a close personal friend for like years and years and years as well.
You could rely on her. So good.
I'm just obsessed with this hair.
It's major.
I feel like all of it is hair. It's not like wire or anything. It's fab. Oh my God.
That's great.
Good hand choreo as well.
Right?
She knows how to
The lobster pincers.
She knows how to work a look.
She's like,
so beautiful.
let me just give some
Kind
assistance.
of looking like hair and nails. Those are almost looking like nails, aren't
The
they?
makeup as well is really nice. I have to say, I do like it. Those sort of like blushy oranges and
Strong eye.
reds, just kind of like on the temples. I think it's really cute.
But again, that's kind of harking back to like Pierre Gilles 90s, late 80s, and all of that sort of like really like high forehead contouring.
I definitely preferred this show to his recent couture shows.
Pardon?
I preferred this show to his last couture shows.
Okay.
I thought he was kind of straying a bit with his old shows. I was kind of like, where is it going?
Do you
But
think
this
that's
is
why
like,
he kind of announced that this was...
I feel like he has.
What do you guys think of this section, the black section?
Beatrice Dahl.
Beatrice Dahl, yeah.
Looking amazing.
It's
very
playing, it's like
gladiator,
sexy
it's
like
sounds
the girls
coming
dance.
out. All these sexy sounds are playing. I think it was like her Betty Blue like
Kate
sex
Moss
scene.
moment.
Yes,
She was
exactly.
good.
Oh my god, that face.
She looks a bit Michelle Lamy.
Are those real tattoos,
She
or
looks
have
a bit
those
like
been
Michelle,
put on
doesn't
her
she?
arm?
They look like they've been put
Are
on.
they look like
Yeah.
transfers.
I don't think she's tattooed, really.
They look like, yeah.
She's so good.
So, you know, as we were sort of saying, you know, the personality does take over.
Yeah.
I think we wanted more of it, more of these icons, more personalities. Like, just really give it to us.
Definitely.
Like, don't even bring the models, just get the gals in.
Maybe the point was that he's kind of attempting. He's not attempting. He's basically saying, I was one of the designers who kind of spearheaded the idea of having personalities on the runway because there's so many of us.
Yeah, Amanda looking
This
amazing.
is so good.
Also, with an
Rivers.
arena-sized show, you need personalities, or it's just kind of flat.
Well, it seems like such a trend of like catwalk shows now where, you know, like a designer will have a close personal friend with X, Y, and Z and then they'll appear on the runway, which I think is great, but obviously Jean Paul Gaultier was doing that kind of decades before.
And he's like, by the way, I have all of the close friends.
Yeah, and he's schooling the children.
I love that she had sunglasses on as well. Like, nah.
I think that's why he's been so successful, though, why he's remained so relevant for the last 50 years, because, you know, back in, you know, the 80s and 90s, he broke away from the kind of fashion norms and this kind of snobbish stigma that surrounds the industry. And even now, when he kind of, you know, went to the beat of his own drum, you know, and that's why he's continued to be doing it for 5 decades.
Yeah, I read that he left Patou because he felt like it was too flat and there was no diversity. So he pioneered, you know, interesting casting.
Well, and also with his career as well, you know, he went bankrupt numerous times and, you know, they had to remortgage his parents' house like 3 or 4 times. So he was just like, you know, the whole family, everybody was involved in it. And so it was like a complete passion and he had to make it work eventually.
Oh my God.
His grandma sounds like quite a character. Apparently they were best friends growing up and she did tarot.
Perfect.
She did tarot and she also did home beauty treatments.
Oh, fantastic. She's like great. So what's this section
I thought
as
this
well?
one was funny. This one was like,
Multicoloured.
an Olsen twin kind of moment.
What about
train.
Paris Jackson.
Yeah,
fan of
she
this
was
section.
fun.
Oh yeah, what's Paris Jackson doing there?
She was giving like an Olsen twin moment.
Yeah, it's very like Coachella.
Yeah, it's very that, which I thought was funny.
Yeah.
But the look previous was
And like Cavalli
Not cute.
trousers.
The look before this is Russian doll-esque.
yeah, it's not cute.
Not a fan.
It's so bizarre.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And
Never.
that like shiny catsuit looks really cheap. Sorry.
Oh my God, why is
It's
that giving me
tattoos,
like
but it doesn't look
Tattoo
like
prints,
skin.
which is what Gaultier did for years as well. I mean, the interesting thing is like looking at this so far is obviously
Oh, I love the hair.
Gaultier also did a bit of lifting from other cultures as well. So I'm curious to see if there's any tattoo because I'm Pacific Island, and it'll be interesting to see if he crossed that or not, or has learned his lesson not to put those things in without permission.
With his like skin tattoo top mesh moments that everyone is obsessed with now and buying them, trying to get the vintage, if he just did a run of those, he'd be like making so
Yeah.
much money. I don't know why they don't do it. If they're still cracking out the perfume, just do some top.
I mean, Kim Kardashian started
Well,
wearing them,
straight to
didn't
the
she? And they
camera and tell them,
skyrocketed.
Harry. Straight to the camera and tell
Jean Paul, please. This is a PSA. Make the mesh tops again.
them. Good.
But it was
Message received.
for those like quintessential sort of like iconic streetwear things that he did, like the tattoo tops and like the you know, this like futuristic dot catsuits.
Yes.
Them kind of like couturified, if that's a word, in that way, printed over like a huge kind of monstrous coat.
Monster's is the right word.
It's kind of a shame in a way because it would be quite nice just to kind of see them as is, or just
Yeah,
kind of like
Authentically.
right.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Jean Paul Gaultier's iconic tattoo top on
On
a
this-
tent.
Yeah,
But obviously the thing with
Paris Jackson.
But with
Paris Jackson.
There are things
But the
you
thing
can
with
kind of pull
couture
out.
is it's about a vision, so each look is a vision. So, I mean, you know, he's done 180 looks. He's not going to stop with just a catsuit.
The blue legs was fantastic.
Yeah,
Blue
that's
legs,
possibly
blue
the
skirt
only
was
look in this
sickening.
section that's nice. Blue legs,
Violet
a
Church?
bit higher
Oh, that's
up.
what I thought too.
Oh, she looks good in that hair. Yeah, the blue legs and this
Blue legs.
with the tits out. But this like motorbike jacket, he did that so much better in the 90s. Like you're doing the old stuff,
I love
but
the
like
leg.
not as well as you did it before in a way.
Oh my God, yes.
The leg print's lovely. Yeah. The leg print on the linings.
Can we see like the next couple of these like in a row?
Yeah, look at that fab.
That's gorge.
Yeah, that's really Jean.
Definitely want that as a lining for my coat.
Curtains.
But this like
Look at them.
bolero, this like leather bolero moment. Like,
Another pleat, Jean Paul
been done.
Gaultier.
it's
Can we
been
have
done, but
curtains,
you've done it
please?
better
Homework.
before.
Designer's Guild.
Exactly.
The only motorbike jacket I like is the yellow one in that section because you could wear that anywhere essentially. That one, that's the only.
Oh, that is a really cute jacket.
That's
yeah.
cute. But other than that, not a fan of this section.
And is that Kitty? in that multi.
Can we just scroll through a couple of these, starting from the red-headed lady with the blue eyeshadow?
Is that, what's her face? That little ginger model, she's cute.
Just so we can see them in a row, because I think actually maybe there's more to this section than...
Then we can see up here.
That camouflage.
Yes, exactly, because it's all in the detail, which is what couture
No,
is all
what are these gold leggings?
Oh, it's like that weird greeny gold, which is kind of funny.
Further up, I think.
like I'm wearing.
Yes, around.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
All right.
Oh, we lost it.
Winnie Harlow looked good.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, you
I
can't
mean,
not.
she can't not, yeah. Just all body. I hate this coat. It's
I
horrible.
think what I loved more than anything, I think when we're speaking about kind of haute couture and high fashion, you know, he's not maybe the first, but he's one of very few which makes haute couture accessible for everyone. And we're not just talking, you know, ethnicity when we talk about diversity, inclusivity. We're talking gender, we're talking age, we're talking size, we're talking everyone. And, you know, regardless of the garments, he embodies that for everyone. And that's what I love because, you know, looking at previous collections, you know, it's very specific to one type of person. And he kind of, you know, just breaks against all rules and just, you know, makes it for everyone. It's just amazing.
She's that stunning little model that's everywhere now, that ginger girl.
I love the strong eye.
I love the blue eyeshadow is made.
She in the Simone Rocha show.
Oh,
Yeah, I think she was.
That's great.
She's
I
fab.
remember watching her behind the scenes, I think, of
That is gorge. That's fun.
And
Even, it's a...
Shoes wrong though, isn't it?
Is it applique?
The shoe is so wrong.
Yeah.
black shoe.
Stumpy little shoe.
And it goes down like one leg. It's like a one-leg mome.
Oh, these
Applique though,
shoes.
isn't it?
Oh, and the zip's kind of fraying at the bottom.
You should have gone barefoot.
Without
What
the
is
black.
this shoe?
Thank God we zoomed.
What is this shoe?
He is one of the people that still does couture. You know, it's still, most of it is still appears to be like, how did they make it? It seems so well made and gorgeous. Like, when you compare to other houses, Maria Grazia at Dior, when it looks kind of poorly made.
Does anyone feel sad that it's kind of, this is the end of an era?
I think it's been over for a long time.
Are we excited for what happens
Yeah.
next?
Yeah, I feel like it's actually a bit more of a celebration. Like, give him a break. He needs to do what he needs to do now.
I think,
Well,
yeah.
he's not going to stop, is he? He's just
It's going to be in a new concert, yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, maybe especially now that all of his, 90s stuff is being worn by the likes of, the Kardashians and all that lot. Maybe in a way, it's quite good to kind of exercise all of this old stuff so he can start innovating again. Because ideally, that's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see, new stuff.
And also, it's like Harry was saying, like it's getting a bit flat and tired. We've kind of seen it. It's be exciting to see him do something new.
Pandemonium.
Oh my God, yeah, she was everywhere.
It was quite funny watching Pandemonium walk down the catwalk and Bella Hadid's like at the front waiting to come on, being upstaged.
Intergalactic. Oh my God.
Is that
I
a
need
dog?
that little dog.
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess maybe this like best hits thing. If Kim and everybody's wearing this shit, maybe he's trying to remind all these people that are turning 18 now that like I did all this stuff first. Maybe you should buy my tops.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, I feel like the more you research into Jean Paul Gaultier as well, the more like references you find. Like I realised that Paolino Russo's graduate collection was basically his 90 spring-summer collection.
I hadn't realised the cone bra had actually stemmed from a teddy bear that he had as a child, and he made it. Yeah, I think he had a teddy bear because he originally wanted a doll, but his parents wouldn't let him have a doll because apparently it wasn't good for boys to have dolls kind of back then.
Right.
So they got him this
What
teddy.
happened?
They got him this teddy bear, and they made
They got him a
this
teddy bear
cone
with
bra from
boobs.
it, and that's where it kind of came from.
This thing with the head poking through is
I love it. I love it.
That's
Can we look at
stunning.
that? The head.
the head pokey through thing.
No, not that one.
No, not.
The triangle one.
That's got a bit of McQueen in it.
That one did for sure.
I think McQueen's got a bit of Gaultier in it. Maybe that's
Exactly,
the-
yes.
Yes.
It works both ways on that.
That one,
Yeah,
155.
155.
Oh,
I hate the skirt, but that like hat top moment is really funny.
I would really wear this out.
The colour's wrong again though. It's like, okay, can do it like a topaz.
Bit bridal.
Has Andrea Pejic walked yet? Was she in the show?
I've not even seen her.
Because I wondered, because obviously she did that, she wore the bridal couture,
Yes,
didn't
that's
she?
right, yes.
And in this white section, I was wondering whether she would have made an appearance, because she seemed like a kind of quintessential Gaultier.
Well, this is all embellishment and beading, isn't it, this section?
She's dyed her hair brown now, so he might, you know.
Might not be as interested.
You know when people in medieval times got their heads chopped off? That's what it reminds me of.
It's really head in the stocks, which is very
Maybe
French.
that, yes, exactly. It's a reference to that, isn't it? Off with their heads.
But this section where, like, do you remember the show he's referencing in this one? I felt like the styling in the original show was so much more decadent, and this was like top shop version.
Well, I mean, I suppose the thing is because he was sort of saying that he was getting pieces out of archive and reinventing them and adding things to them. It's like, who knows what was going on.
Reinventing it to make it worse.
Yeah, well.
So wait, do you prefer those pants than the white pants that everybody hated but I liked?
Oh, I see.
Marginally.
Marginally?
This stocking dress is stunning. It's funny. She looks good.
Not a fan of this.
Embellishment, embellishment, embellishment.
The top hat's quite funny.
Oh.
Oh, it was quite cute, the videos of him being lifted up by all of his team at the end.
And then Boy George to finish it off.
The end
Boy
of it.
George
What
is
did
just
Boy George
vibes.
sing?
Back to Black by me.
Yes. Yeah.
Sang Back to Back.
Yeah.
Saying what?
Back to Back by Amy Winehouse.
Oh,
Really?
I mean, it couldn't have been anyone else but Boy
I
George.
know exactly.
Or is that like, because
Love
now
that.
Jean Paul Gaultier's not in fashion, it's going to go back to black? Is that the thing?
Yeah,
it's
that's
going to
it,
be
maybe,
boring?
yeah,
The
that's
message in the
Funeral.
song.
Right.
I wouldn't read
It started with a
true,
funeral and then it
yeah.
ended with Back to Black. Maybe this was him kind of being like, because he's often said he hates how the fashion system's got, become.
Yeah.
And he's always, like discontinuing his menswear and women's wear ready-to-wear line. He's kind of gone against the conventional, having to produce several collections a year and just focused on his haute couture and beauty and done what he loved. And this is perhaps his kind of, not only his retirement, but kind of just his departure from the industry.
Well, we should talk about that because isn't this kind of a culmination of all of those feelings of like hating the
Absolutely.
system and being like, okay, I'm done with it.
Well, his
It's gonna be
shows have
different.
always been a protest and a party at the same time. He's always done what he loved whilst, going against the social and kind of gender norms. So I definitely think this is again, that. It's
Well, he needs
defying
new
of the
challenges
system.
as well. I mean, he's been doing this for such a long time.
Yeah.
So he needs to, for himself as a creative, he needs to come up with something new. Because
you know
if he's doing the same thing over
It's
and
not
over
just for
again.
him though. I think the whole industry. He's like,
Yeah, no,
he's kind
absolutely.
of leading the way again.
He's finding inspiration for what's going on around him, which is all about climate change. And it's like, what is his answer to it as a designer at the top end of the design world as well?
His answer to climate change is 180 new looks.
I know, exactly. As we said, these were
Flying everyone
harvested
to
from the
Paris.
archive.
Cycles.
So it's
I guess it's a blowout.
upcycled.
Maybe he's gonna
So
like
these
do
weren't
that
new
carbon
looks.
thing, swapping thing. Grow some trees
I
somewhere.
want to see him go back to making bread dresses. He did those
yeah.
series of dresses out of bread.
Yeah, that was funny.
I would have loved to see this because Boy George got pipes.
I know, but look at that trainer.
Oh, sheesh, yeah.
And also, didn't Boy George come out against, she came out against pronouns the other day?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Had a
Came out
moment.
against people talking about
She
identifying as...
updated her
She was like,
email
"Leave your pronouns at
signature.
the door," something like that.
And it's like, it's so funny for somebody who was, kind of like a gender warrior in the 80s, who used pronouns so that, Middle England wouldn't actually...
But halfway through all of that, he did put out there that he is an attention seeker. I mean, who calls the police to say that your house has been burgled with a whole load of cocaine so that you end up in jail for it? It's an
Do
attention-seeking
you know what? They might be the
record
first.
that?
They might be the first they on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Which would be
because he has a cameo on Real Housewives.
Hey.
Yeah.
He, she, they.
This was the best bit, like the fun party bit. I wish the whole show was just like that.
Oh my God, look at Amanda Lear. They should have brought her to the front.
Lift her up again.
Where are those hunks? Get her to the front.
I think it could have been sexier overall, to be honest.
I think
It was a bit like
true.
drab.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it was very
I would
covered
have
up.
liked more corsetry.
Because when you
and-
think of Goody, you think tits.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tits and bums and like lovely arms and low crotches.
And there weren't enough topless men, were there?
No.
Where were the
Apart from
sailors?
that sailor.
Yeah, he
kind
didn't
of
even have
Les
a full
Mis
top
look.
off though.
That was another thing I did think, is that the sailor section could have been, I think it could have been less.
More camp.
Well, it could have been more camp, but it also could have just been a bit more like wearable. Like, why pleat everything and kind of try and do like a weird shaped
couture.
top?
Yeah.
I know, but can't it be like couture, but also just like pull it on from the hanger rather than have two people zip you into it?
No.
That's not control.
I saw a video of Gigi Hadid like in the photographer pit trying to get a picture on her like Polaroid camera. Oh
To put in her new book next
Yeah,
year.
oh God.
Going to Urban Outfitters.
Amanda Lear should have sang, no?
Yeah.
Yes, that would have been amazing.
I'm surprised
should've done
Madonna
Do
didn't
You
make
Wanna
an
See It?
appearance. I really thought Madonna was going to make an appearance.
What's that bridal moment?
I feel like he's not singing, they're not singing Back to Black because Back
They-
to Black
I think-
is not a song you're dancing.
I think they
Maybe
had
they
Back to
did
Black
an
at the
up-
start
maybe they
before
did
the
an upbeat
funeral,
version.
and then he came out again at the end.
Okay.
A remix.
Singing Shaka Khan, I
I
hope.
love how everyone's trying to like have a little moment with Jean Paul. Like,
As
Who is
they're all
this-
caught up
who
in the
is this lady
emotion.
with the
I know him the best.
Who is this on the...
Ruby Rose with the short hair.
Not Ruby Rose.
Not Ruby Rose because she's 70, but who is that? She's gorge.
Very good.
my God.
Red lip, yes.
God, imagine how many people he must have had to have thanked
You're
when
telling me
it was
this
over.
doesn't
Yeah,
make
this
you
is
The receiving
full of
line.
joy?
It is saying
is
Rossi's
quite
loving
emotional.
it.
That's so lovely, man.
Yeah, this is cute, to be fair.
I do feel really sad. Like it really is an end of an era. You know, Lacroix, Lagerfeld. You know, he was one of the last.
Teddy
And
bear
I feel like
headdress.
obviously there's so many incredibly exciting designers, but he is really,
Babe, we're in the era of change or die. So
we are indeed.
I love Miss Carly Kloss Kushner, is that?
Oh my God. What would the Trumps have to say about this, I wonder?
yeah, I really want to know who she is.
Amanda Lear's loving
It's
it.
amazing
She's got a great
how
wrist.
how difficult it is to kind of spot the supermodels in this crowd of more individualistic.
Well, it's more about
looking
personality.
people.
isn't it?
Yeah,
That's
no,
great.
it's amazing. Like Bella Hadid fading into the background.
Right, so I'm just going to go around, starting with you, Jordan. Was there a favourite outfit for all of this? In the,
Got a favourite outfit?
or not a favourite outfit? You know.
180.
Oh gosh.
Can we
Maybe
go
we
back
can
to
go
the?
It's hard to find a good one, isn't it?
I mean, I loved the kind of pink one just up.
The jacket.
Yeah, the jacket.
So it was all downhill after look number 4.
After number 6, that it was it. It was over
Yeah.
for you.
I don't love this skirt though.
You don't like the
I think it's
stocking
funny.
skirt?
It is
Did
funny.
he make
it's ironic,
a
but
dress for Violet Chachki for the Met Gala where it was a glove train?
I
Is
think
that
that
him?
was Moschino, no?
Yeah, that was.
Oh, right, okay. So everyone's doing gloves.
Yeah. Harry?
Favourite look?
Or look you're most interested in?
Oh, most interesting. I don't. I actually like this leather jacket skirt. I think it's funny. I don't like it with the rest of the look, but I think that's funny. There are so many things that are gorge, but I can't remember others a lot. I liked what Amanda Lear was wearing, but I think it's a mistake to put her in that. She got such a snatched little waist, but she did look good because she had like puss out. It was gorge. It's difficult.
it is. I need to like actually go through.
Oh, the cock on the sleeve of the jacket was stunning. I'd wear
Oh,
that.
yes, that's great, isn't it? Yes. I mean, that's the whole thing. There's so much to look at as well with this. As well. Georgina, is there any?
Pained.
I feel like just the theatrics on my face. I can't say like look.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the hair. Like the shoes, the studs, I do like, but I know there would be a pain to walk in. Strong eye. Oh my God, I'm talking about all the accessories. I really
That's
love
okay.
this look.
Yeah.
Les Mis all day.
Oh, these two dresses with Bella and the other girl next to her were also
you
probably my
crazy?
favourite look.
If I saw someone wearing, oh my God.
That is
No.
gorgeous.
Snogathon.
Very good. Zooey?
Okay. Favourite look. Well, Georgina did
Steal your look.
Georgina did steal mine, but I'll find another one. I'm not going to lie, but maybe there seemed something quite classic about the sort of like the champagne, sort of silky, belty lingerie stuff. I thought
Okay.
that section in general,
Bridal.
because I mean, it's classic and it's cute and
I thought it was quite Lipsy London.
very lipsy.
Oh my-
That's probably why I liked it, even though Karen. Oh God, they
Lipsy and
should have. I mean, they should have cinched her in a little bit more. But you know, there's something kind of, you know, obviously this is kind of like the Madonna throwback to the conical bra, you know.
But are there any
champagne
actual
sateen.
conical bras apart from the coffin?
I think there was
There was
one.
that rubber one
There was
with the
one.
dog.
Okay, and then a metal one.
Is it just me though as well? But is this kind of like, I don't know whether, I mean, Jean Paul Gaultier probably did it first, or like a stacked belt look, but this seems very sort of like Olivier Rousting at Balmain, just like doing like a skirt and top out of like a little stacked belt.
You went there.
Awful.
Jean Paul certainly did
But I mean, all of this stuff is, inspired by bondage at the turn of last century. So it's like 1910, all of this stuff was first invented and worn, with people making all this fetish wear as well. So there's a couple of books that everybody in the industry uses that are chronicles that came out from then. So everybody uses that, and you just see it referenced over and over and over and over again.
People getting freaky and under candlelight.
The grey look, which was really nice. That was the only belt look I thought was actually interesting. The grey belt look, it's like further up, and it was the only one that was actually contoured nicely. Still couture, but, you know, wearable.
I think that one's great as well, isn't it?
No, not this one at all.
No?
You know what, I don't like those ones with the cutouts, the big coney ones with the cutouts are horrible.
What did everyone think of the big rubber look with the dog and the cone bra?
I always struggle when
Pandemonium.
pandemonium's like, because it's always just what pandemonium wears. So how much of it is Jean Paul Gaultier and
It's
how
hard
much
to
of it is
distinguish the two.
Well, it's the personality
His
thing
design
again, isn't
I
it?
don't know how she pays her rent.
Oh, Lord.
Probably making latex garments for people.
escorting.
There is definitely a customer for
This
that.
Bella Hadid look is my favourite.
Pandemonium makes rubber fetish wear. That's
does she?
That's how they make their money, yes.
Gotcha.
That's where the money is.
That's how the rent's getting paid,
That's how-
babe.
yeah, because there's a lot of money.
It did move beautifully, the skirt, like bouncy. I wanted more of like a gag. I think this should have been like a French flag. That should have been like a French flag moment.
Yeah, it's like, I remember, like, I've seen Pandemonium walking around London Fashion Week in there.
Okay, so not impressed.
George,
Very
anything for you?
2012.
I like the Bella Hadid next to Pandemonium.
Just the one back from this.
Yeah.
And the Bella in the...
The tattoo mesh moment, but couture. Yeah, there we are.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know.
Very proud.
It's a bit bridal, but I'm
on
into
around
it.
the crotch? What's that?
It's Snickers, babe.
No, but are there like leopards or tigers or something's going on?
Unless, it's not trousers, is it?
No. And why is her crotch
Put me right
dropped?
Yeah, I'm thinking about that. That's obviously supposed to be higher, that bit.
Yes,
I
exactly.
think it's because the knickers are so high-waisted.
Ah.
No, but your crotch is still not down there.
No.
But beautifully appliqued lace, fantastic.
I would have loved more tattoo.
Yeah.
Can I change my answer?
Of course, go.
I want to change my answer because we just scrolled past, I think before these looks, there's that whole sort of like, there's the red and blue moment with the lovely red-headed girl who Harry pointed out. And actually, if you go scroll down, not Paris Jackson, scroll down, I think her, there's like the
Queen.
There's the Queen, whoever the Queen is, or maybe it's because I'm biased, but I like her, I think she's fun, even though that black shoe is terrifying, and then the one next to her with the Queen. Is that Violet Chachki? Or is that
I
just
don't
someone?
think it is. I think it's someone else.
It's a French Queen.
Impersonator.
We were all unanimous on the blue look.
Yeah, and the eyeshadow is
But it's the next one, isn't it, of the Queen and the...
Yeah, I want to
Where's
know who
that?
the
Can we
Queen
have a look at
is.
that
I've got
is?
Queen envy.
Let's go back down. There we are, yes, with the red hair.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with the blue tights.
It's not Violet, is it? No.
Gorgeous with it.
Corset going on.
Joel's too big to be Violet. Just trying to decipher who it is.
Be nice.
Can't.
Oh, is it not working?
Oh, no, it doesn't want to load it.
Okay, well, we like it.
I feel like so much of the casting was good, but then so much of it was like kind of flat. I was like, who?
I think, yeah, because actually we've missed huge sections and none of us have spoken about the suit section.
The suit section of the red, and there's all that stuff.
There is, I think that's also, it's like information overload.
Yeah. There's so much in there as well.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Anything anyone would wear themselves to the
I
corner
like those
shop?
trousers that you
Like that jacket,
We
that was
liked.
the one below.
Yeah.
That's quite nice.
This.
The Hawaiian
I
shirt.
like I like the shirt. If we're talking
It's like what
specifically
Love Island
this,
contestants wear on their first look.
I mean, if we're specifically talking this section, that out of everything.
Yeah, we could see that on Connor with a G.
You're not a fan of a two-piece, George?
Absolutely not. They normally get kicked off for that. They normally get not coupled for that.
What, for two pieces?
Yeah.
This alien looked gorgeous though. That like baby doll dress as the opening look was really funny.
146.
But I like her blonde. I love when she's got like a strawberry blonde hair on. Because she's walked with Gaultier before and she had that like, crimped strawberry blonde hair. It was so good.
Oh, wow. Did you like the glove skirt? Did you see that?
Yeah, it was cute. I don't know if it's true, but I read somewhere that the kind of, or the ties, they were kind of, some of them were scarf, like Hermes scarves that were all kind of sliced and ripped up and kind of made to...
That's funny if they're Hermes.
I don't think this one was. I think possibly maybe this one.
I think some of these are, yes.
Strong jaw.
She's always good.
What was your favourite look?
I'm going to go for a mandelier because I just like to see a mandelier. I'm
Yeah.
not really fussed about what she was wearing.
True.
I'm just very, very happy that she was there as well. It's great for her to get out and
I
about.
like those boots.
Those are fab.
Also, Beatrice Stella's probably a highlight. Like, I genuinely gasped when
Being
she
the
came
High
out.
Witch.
This is the section you like, right?
I did like the champagne stuff. I'm not too keen on Karen's. Oh, actually, and I don't understand that either because that looks like a giant curtain tassel.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm always into Dita, and I think these are possible. And who is that? Did we ever get? Is that Halsey?
We
If
don't
it's
know who
Halsey,
it
we're
is.
really upset.
I feel like in
It would
the
be bizarre.
eyes
Why
it
would
looks
she
like
be
Halsey.
there out of anybody?
How much
Madonna.
singing was there through the show? You said it was quite broken up. So I've seen, what, two or three singers having a moment?
It was
in this?
very broken up, yeah.
And then what, that they just came on? Was there an announcement in the show?
They just
or
kind of came
drifted
on and they kind of just
had a
interrupted
spot?
the show a little bit and then, yeah.
I like all the
I
cigarettes.
preferred the belts with the tailoring. I think it looked a lot more flattering. Rather than just on its own.
I love this. I'm not sure who that was. She was stunning. She was wearing a dress that had her face on, I'm sure. On the back was
Oh,
her face,
really?
I think. I wish you could see the back of it. But yeah, I imagine it was when she was much younger. But I don't know who it was, but she was stunning.
Sailor looks.
I don't like the origami thing. You did too many of those bloody trousers with the...
The slit.
Yeah, you did too many of those.
I did like the jean though. That was like cut there, and then the rest was at the back.
These trousers, though, are giving me Sports Direct Adidas tracksuits with the poppers on the sides.
Mango.
Yeah.
Mango!
That's 100% mango.
Oh, mango.
And then that's Zara.
Vicious.
I'm calling it.
Yeah, I'm not sure who this French singer was. She was stunning. I'm so ignorant. I'm like, who's that? Who's that? But she was funny.
She was great.
Who was styling these shoes? What's going on?
This shoe is like a clear stripper heel.
I'm always into a pleaser.
I don't like these ones with the cutouts. You did too many of those.
Oh, but there's a tattoo something going
prefer
on
this
underneath
one.
that, which is quite
Maybe we
nice.
should say something positive.
This is a funny look. I like that jean. Jeans and a corset's a stunning look.
Yeah, it's true. I like these jeans.
Very Greek
I
goddess,
really like these jeans.
And I like an arm guard, to be fair. Like,
Gauntlets.
yeah.
These are perfect for the club. You should wear them next time you play.
Yeah, cute.
Oh yeah, these jeans are fab. Really cute.
I just think there's something that puts me off. Like Haute Couture, I don't think trouser, jean, but maybe I'm being...
Yeah, but it's a reinvention.
It's not the point, I know, but
Agnes Dean.
yeah, maybe. Definitely.
Oh.
Dungaree.
Yeah, that's the.
I think this is the
to be fair, That's the
winner.
winner for me.
Yeah.
If we had to vote.
Winner of the men's look.
Yeah.
Who do we think the winner of the women's look is?
Best in show.
She looks really good.
It's like a sexy maid.
The back of that dress was stunning.
The next
Yeah.
one's cuter.
Yeah, I really like
yeah,
it.
I agree.
And I love the ferry. Is it like frilly knickers as well?
Yeah, like tulle layered and little
That's so and
ruffle
Summers.
Frenchy.
And then on point,
He was on point for like a split second. He like did a little walk on point and then walked back like flat, like
Ballet shoes flat on as hot.
oh, Rossi as well.
We all love this look.
actually, Rossi is amazing.
Just go around in circles, like naming the queens that we like, and we're like, but the clothes, yeah, it's possible. Ruby Rose, again.
They're gorgeous. No.
Ooh, I'm kind of into those. Funny.
Are you more into the face though?
Yeah, and the skinny little tie is quite lol.
Such like French hair as well, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
like Korean Rockfield hair.
Bitch hair.
Wispy, smoking a ciggy.
And that's Jean Paul Gaultier.
He looks good.
Oh, it's his uncle.
She was great. Her mouth is huge. So good. I want
Oh,
to.
she's so French.
Yeah.
So French. Eat cigarettes.
And are those like
mutton
sideburns
Like
that
glue
have been
on.
glued on?
The mutton chops are a bit much.
No,
Is that like
a
half
mutton
corset
chop.
as well?
And Mr. Darcy.
That cutting, is it like a half corset?
It's hard to tell, isn't it, with that? It looks, well, it's being sustained somehow.
I reckon
isn't
it'll be
it? Just go
boned
like
up
that.
there, but. And obviously she looks stunning.
Woody Erin,
I
a
think
couple of
that tie
girls.
should have been different colour.
No, I like how
French flag tie.
so together. Whoever he is fab.
She was funny. Reba McEntire. Pamela Anderson?
No.
I love the way you're just giving them all names now.
What's her name again?
That's
Very Wonder Woman.
It's also giving me Assassin's Creed
Yeah. I'm getting that.
and
Video
Naruto.
game.
Oh.
And that Zelda game.
She looks. Do you know what? I think one Hadid is enough. Choose one or the other.
Which one?
Aren't they always together, weren't
So
they?
you can't have one without the other.
Better over
It comes with
Gigi.
set.
Well, Gigi's just a horse girl, isn't it, Show?
Giddy up. What is that coming from the...
This was giving me like
Nipple.
Laganja Estranja, like the cone, like moment, like KG corset.
For the House of Edwards
Yeah, this is
performance.
very that. That's exactly what she wore. I'm waiting for a death drop.
And I quite like the headbands though, they are very
This was
Naruto.
funny on the nose.
Drag Race should be on the
yes, the
official
nose guard is
Paris
interesting.
Haute
That's
Couture
going to be on
schedule.
Erica Badu very
The new
soon.
Vegas schedule.
That would be amazing.
I love him carrying the chain. That's
Yeah, we needed more
Like
moments
the
like,
corset,
that.
the metal one.
no. I mean, it's funny, but I feel like he shouldn't be wearing anything else.
And so because it was a huge stage, do you think it was theatrical enough? Because now you're pointing out things, I wish there was more moments like this as well.
I
Because
wish
that's
there
kind
was-
of gone beyond fashion, it's become theatre, which obviously it should be
more.
anyway.
If you're going to do it, go for it.
Yeah.
I feel like the problem with shows like this in general, though, is that it's like a season finale of a show that everybody
Yeah.
loves, which never ends up going the way that anybody wants to. So I feel like, everybody has their own idea of what a Jean Paul Gaultier finale couture show would like to be. So it's going to be dissatisfying for everybody who watches it.
Yeah.
But there are really great moments.
And how do you bring together a 50-year legacy with all these kind of muses? I don't think there's like any way. I think this was kind of the best kind of. I mean, I thought the show was brilliant. How do you kind of cultivate
that's
everything over the last 50 years into one show? An haute couture show.
Isn't it? Yes.
It's just like a big knees up, which is fun.
Camo stuff.
Well, there was obviously a camo.
Wait, is there a whole camo section?
Collections.
But this camo stuff.
I hate camo. I'm really scared about World War III because I hate camo so much.
Maybe that was what he had in mind.
Oh, with everything. Maybe.
She's good.
Look at those eyes. I really like the
Hugo
gloves,
Boss
you know?
designed the World War II Nazi
Yes.
uniforms, didn't he? So Jean Paul
The
can
SS
do
uniforms were designed.
the Allies for World War III.
Like the freedom fighters. I feel like if you're going to put a boy in an army look as well, and it's Jean Paul Gaultier, it's like there's nothing sexy about
Should
that.
be all
Or
greasy.
just like paint it on.
There could have been so much sexier.
Yeah.
Are those wellies?
It's wellies.
Yeah.
And wellies.
The hunter moment.
But he's also thinking about pieces that you can, put straight on a rack.
She
That's
was
Dragon
good.
Dime.
Well, it's haute couture, so...
But it's not going to go on a rack. None of this will go on a rack.
Well, that look before in the straight.
Wait, can we just talk about the wellies a bit
That can
more?
go straight
Haute
on a
couture
rack.
wellies. Sloane Ranger.
I don't think he had in mind haute couture. I think he had in mind 50-year mark.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
gonna. I don't think
Oh,
it was.
yeah,
I don't think he
yeah,
thought
it's
what's
iconic,
Dior,
yeah.
what's Chanel going to be doing. I thought he was like, do you know what? This is the. I'm taking my final bow. He's just going to do whatever he wants, and that's what he's always done.
I like the crotch on the trouser, my word.
That's it.
This cut is stunning too.
Come on,
It's a
foundation
straight zip.
student.
I really like these boots, actually.
Her little dance.
Oh, is this the one that you mentioned?
She did a little ditty.
Fun. It was fun.
I wish she did it in a
Everyone was
heel.
clapping and jumping, and it was just. I thought it was really fun.
He did this look so much better back in the day. The one he's referencing, he's done it like to a masterful
Yeah.
level, and I feel like this is like a
You know,
Also, like, people using Jean Paul Gaultier to reference now, that's very pissy pussy. Although, did Lee Bowery do it first, or...?
Well, they were all
I might
together.
have recently expected
Well, the thing is that
riots, really.
they were all partying together.
Okay.
So it all kind of happened. So there was like Osbert, Gaultier, Lee. They were all in the club scene partying together. So these things all evolved at the same time. But let's give Lee the head start on that.
And back to
the
this.
thing is, you're right. We're not going to love everything because we're thinking about...
And I don't think he had in his mind, you know what, I'm going to be doing something which everyone loves. I thought he'd, you know what, I'm going to do everything I love. I'm going to put it on the catwalk. I'm going to gather the industry, and I'm going to, go out with a bang. And that's how he started.
It's that classic thing, like, you like Britney's album 2004, you don't like it now.
Yeah, exactly.
She's great as well. I'm loving her pensiveness.
And are those wrestling masks
Yeah!
appliqued on the crinoline.
They were somewhere else as well in the
Lucha.
collections as well.
I quite like that.
The hair was really
The
fun.
hair is so good.
Really, really fun.
So good.
Oh, and then this is like the one sort of like, this is like the, is it 95, the tattoo?
Yes, exactly. You know, so that I was kind of, yeah, as I said before, I'm glad that there weren't any reference to the Pacific Islands sacred art, because I would have leapt on that and had a jump around.
But isn't this a reference to like
Yes.
saris?
Yes,
So-
absolutely. Which is again sort of using other
I
cultures.
mean, yeah, like he's even got the wedding.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of his work, though, through the past has always been influenced by different cultures and
Yeah,
different
exactly.
backgrounds.
But it's just but it's a different age. Yeah, quite right. You know,
But there is a sneak peek of a comb bra. I like this.
I still love the lining of that. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Paulina Russo.
My question is then, if he's kind of if this is the end of couture and he's already finished his ready to wear, but he's talking about this next
What happens
step,
next?
What is the next
That's
step?
the
Does
whole thing.
anybody know?
There's a huge question mark at the end of this about what happens next.
Theatre and production, and I feel like this was a really small glimpse. I feel like this is exactly what he's going to be doing next.
Cult,
anything.
perhaps?
Cult, maybe.
Be a cult?
I want those tights.
I mean, he has also been doing anything. Fifth Element, like he's been doing anything. Fifth Element is. Oh my god.
But you know, there's an opera. You know, there's so much that.
So he's lived like for 1,000 lives.
Kind of wish we had like a Lilu reference in this. Would have been stunning.
Oh, that would have been great, yeah.
Opening look, maybe.
Wait, George, this is your whose favourite jacket was this?
Well, we were looking at those four. I'm not talking about the whole collection. Let me just make that clear. It was those four looks, and it was what would everyone wear.
You can like it. You don't have to explain
Out
yourself.
of the whole 180 looks,
The Love Island.
however many there
I
were.
quite like that, to be fair.
I mean,
Like
who
the cardigan and sewn pencil skirt thing
That
with the
trousers.
blazers.
Again, the shoes. Stripper heel.
Well, I don't know about you.
Low
My neck
wedge.
is starting to hurt from
Yeah.
just looking down as well.
Training.
So, is there anything else anybody wants to say?
Lovely, genius, crack on. Can't wait to see what's next.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Excited? I've got to do my little outro as well in a sec.
I think it's just like amazing that he's been dreaming for all of us for however long, and the longevity, and just like the fierceness. It's fab. Now you
Leading
can
the
rest.
conversations of the day, like, you know, we're having conversation, like I said earlier, like about gender fluidity and breaking against the stereotypes. You know, he's been doing that since the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, he's been one of the pioneers, and I don't think he's been the only one, but he's definitely been one of the first to kind of really lead us, and, you know, given us what we have now.
Yeah. Who are designers going to copy now?
Well, they can go back through all the old collections.
Yeah.
The runway is still there. They can click through.
Exactly. Archives, archives, archives. Anything else? All done? I do my little outro. Thank you all for being panellists, and thank you all for watching. For more extensive Fashion Week coverage, be sure to visit showstudios.com. And if you're watching via Show Studios YouTube, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe below, and we will see you next time. Thank you.
Amazing.